get in the
I hear there is
presidency.
a conversation of consensus going on in your party as well.
No, that's not true. ADC has no such and no consensus conversation going on whatsoever. ADC as a party has um, thrown open the party to all Nigerians. ADC saying women, children, people with disabilities, free. It's free for them to contest. So we are expecting that more people will join ADC to contest. Okay, ADC is the only party that has done this. ADC also, as a party with integrity, ADC is also encouraging. ADC might likely go the route of direct primaries or indirect primaries, but no such conversation or consensus going on at this time. No such in.
Indeed. Now let's talk security, if you like, insecurity. It's
Uh, Sheriff, if you don't mind,
yes, yes, please.
the last caller talked about what we'll do about the economy, and I remember you saying that what I said was ambiguous. So
Yes,
I wanted to just drill down on that, if you don't
yes.
mind,
No,
right?
that's fine. Please go
Um,
on.
okay, so you do understand that the price of a bag of rice has gone from 10,000 to about 26,000 naira, right? Cement has gone from 1.8 to 4,500 naira. It's dropped to 4,000 naira now. Kerosene, PMS diesel, all gone from 87 to 165, 700, or 415 naira, right? This affects the Nigerian people. The standard of living of Nigerian people has been completely eroded. Minimum wage is 30,000 naira. This is why it is important to invest in Nigerian people. We have multi-sectorial failure. Minimum wage should be nothing less than 150,000 naira. We need to have social services. Imagine it at a time like this. We don't have intrastate buses, mass transit buses working efficiently in all the states. We don't have train services working efficiently in all the states. I heard you earlier talking about Lagos launching their scheme next year. A situation where we've had everything, the price of everything go up, and government is not providing social services to cushion the effect of this in the lives of the people makes no sense. We have to have a coordinated strategy towards addressing the multi-sectoral failures in the country. We discuss power. Agriculture, we have to take agriculture not from the public sector approach, which comes from Abuja. Right. It has to go from bottom up, which is demand driven by the farmers. Start planning from local government level. We need to take education, for example. That's still, look at ASU is still on strike. How do you have a situation where where the world is a global village, right? Where Nigerian education is still operated in an analog manner? E-learning should be the order of the day. Why can't we do this? In Nigeria, you are aware that a broadband service in Nigeria is about the most expensive in the world. Broadband is a right in the world of today. It's not an option. It's not a luxury. It should be a right to everyone. Communication services should be a right to everyone, but Nigeria is about the most expensive in the world today. And you ask why should we invest in Nigerian people, or how do we invest in Nigerian people? We need to cushion the cost of all these services to the people. My first communication with the National Assembly, if I'm sworn in as president, will be this: something I call the Nigerian Patriot Act. It's an act that simply says that we are all in this together. So if you are a public servant or a civil servant, right, it means no borehole in your house. If the masses don't have water, you don't have water. No generators in your house. If the masses don't have lights, you don't have lights. No policemen guarding you. If the masses don't have security, you don't have security. No using of flights. Use our roads so you know the dilapidated state of our roads. No foreign education for your kids. If the masses use those public schools, your kids, your family, they should use those schools. No foreign hospitals. Use the public hospitals. Now, if we all use the same services, we'll have a coordinated approach towards ensuring that those services work for everyone.
It sounds, Mr. Kachikwu, don't you think all these things you're saying sounds quite draconian? I mean, if I have my money and I can afford to get private security, or I can afford to go treat myself abroad, Why should any president stop me?
Remember what I said is I'm addressing public servants.
Yes, I'm speaking. I'm speaking as a public servant.
There's no public servant that can afford foreign medical care. There's no public servant that can afford foreign education.
You don't think that's you don't think that's really flawed? You don't think so?
That's what I'm saying. If we look at our salary scale today, there's not one public servant who can afford this. How do they afford this? We need to understand that we all have to share equitably in the sufferings of Nigerians. If we continue a situation where only the masses, only the poor people continue to bear the brunt of Nigeria's failure, you will get one day a revolution that the world has not seen before. One day, Sheriff, you see how you're looking. You look nice. You're looking good. You look like you're well fed. You'll be going to work one day. Someone will eat you just because you look good.
No, I just wanna pick you up on the things that you reeled out about the Patriot Act, and I still want to drill down on the public servants not going for medical treatment abroad or not having access to some things because the masses don't have access to it. And I really want to challenge the notion of the fact that public servants can't. You use the word can't afford medical treatment abroad. I think that argument is flawed, Mr. Kachikwu. I really think that it'll be a bit draconian.
Okay, so tell you what, right?
Yeah.
A public servant in Nigeria, what's the salary of Nigeria's president, for example, right? The Nigerian president, let's say, assume a given year earns about 12 million naira, right? Earns about 12 million naira in a given year. Do you think it's morally right, first of all, for the Nigerian president to be treated overseas in a country of 200 million people in a country called Nigeria? That's number one. Number two, if you as a Nigerian president earn an average of 14 to let's say 18 million naira and you stay 3 months in a foreign hospital, how has that been funded? Now, let's leave the Nigerian president. Let's go for the civil servant who is earning, let's say, 300,000, 400,000 naira. How much is a ticket today to travel outside this country?
So my reason I'm really particular about this is because I have been in the civil service before, and I have had colleagues, who could afford it. I know what they earn isn't much, but then their husband or their relative could afford it for them on their behalf. Are you still saying that you're going to stop such people from traveling out to go get medical care?
What I'm saying is that it's important that all Nigerians share equitably in our frustrations, in our sufferings.
Let's move on. Let's move on very quickly. Let's talk corruption. What is your plan to tackle corruption?
Corruption is a foundational issue in Nigeria. It boils down to what I was just saying right now. So you have a situation where minimum wage is 30,000, a bag of rice is 26,000.
Right.
Has that not created corruption?
How? Please break that down, Mr. Kachikwu.
So, someone who earns 36,000 naira, right, a month, right, and a bag of rice, which is the staple food in Nigeria, is 26,000 naira. Cost of transport to work every month is above 50,000 naira. There's rent there, right? There's school fees there. There's uniform for kids. There's every other cost that he has to deal with every month. And minimum wage is 6,000 naira. Please ask me, where does he augment from?
I need to bring you back in here, Mr. Kachikwu. We need to continue this conversation, but my time will not permit me on the show today, so we're going to leave it here. We have not finished our talk. We need to come back and do this. We need to do this again. Thank you so much for joining us on the Crossfire today. We really appreciate your presence.
All right, Sheriff. Nice talking to you.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Lagos, that's our show today. I've been speaking with Dumebi Kachikwu, one of the presidential aspirants on the platform of the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Hopefully we'll get him back on the show sometime in the future to have further conversation with him. I'm Sheriff Quadry. You can find me on social media at Sheriff Quadry, on Twitter at Sheriff Quadry, on Instagram. But for now, Mr. Brown is here and he got some message for us.
Commercial. Hey, it's your deal slogan as you. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.